Well, in today's video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how I've almost eliminated the vibration. The only issue with this bike is the vibration as far as I'm concerned, and I think I've eliminated 80% of that. And if you want to find out how I did that with just a £30 accessory, then stick around with me, musician on a motorbike. Well, hello and welcome back. I think it's been a long time, perhaps too long, since I've done one of these. Just sit here on the bike and allow the camera to admire the view as I enjoy the ride. I hope you enjoyed my 10 short reviews. I think some of you may know that last year I test rode a number of bikes, and they were all wonderful. Royal Enfields, I've only really tested Royal Enfields properly, and I just, you get these kind of negative comments sometimes, and you just, you choose to ignore them. And some of the ones that I was getting were things like, oh, you didn't half go on, oh, you waffle too much, oh my goodness, can you just get to the point? And there were slightly more rude ones, but the general point was I was waffling. Now, they didn't have to say anything. They could have just happily moved along and found another channel to enjoy. But no, they decided to stop off and have a go at me. Now, I got to thinking a little bit about it, and I thought, you know what? As much as it might not really be my thing to make short videos, maybe they've got a point. Maybe sometimes all we need is just a quick kind of overview. And so that's what my 10 overviews were. Not so much as a response to them, but hopefully for those critics out there, I just thought I'd try it. And those are the only 10 bikes that I've properly ridden. Now, some of you may have noticed there were a few missing from the Royal Enfield range. For example, the Hunter 350, and there were one or two others as well that I haven't actually spent enough time with. The Himalayan 411 is one such example that I really wanted to ride, but they didn't have any in. So I took the Scram 411, and that gave me a flavour for the engine, but not the character of the Himalayan 411. Himalayan, whatever. But I can say with kind of some sense of assurity that I love them all. But I didn't ride the Scram 411 enough, didn't ride the Himalayan 411 at all, didn't ride the Hunter 350, and so if it wasn't covered, that's the reason. I just didn't and wasn't able to justify it. But I hope that you enjoyed a quick snapshot. There were 2 to 3 minutes I think they ranged in. The longer ones were the bikes that I got to spend more time with, such as my beloved Meteor 350, the Super Meteor 650, and of course my classic 650. But today is not a quick video. I don't think it'll be an overly long one, because there is really just one main point that I want to make in this video, but I'll share a few other updates as they come to mind. But the main point is there is possibly one major criticism I have of this classic 650, and it's a minor one, but it's the only major one, if you know what I'm saying. What I mean by that is it's the only real, if I could change one thing about this bike kind of discussion. Now, this is just my personal opinion, so don't take everything I say too much to heart. Take it all with a pinch of salt, because for some people this just isn't their kind of bike. It's just not your style, so therefore there is no minor thing, it's just not for you. But for many of us, me included, this is a lovely bike. The look, the feel, the style, that 650 twin, the needle, the doing a needles thing, the analog, just beautiful and wonderful. But the one thing is the vibration. Now, Initially I said it didn't bother me. Now the first time I took it out for a ride, I didn't ride it fast enough to even feel the vibration because I was so gentle. It was someone else that pointed it out to me. And of course, the more I've got used to the bike, the more I've kind of accepted it. But I have a solution. And it only cost me 30 quid. Now the interesting thing about this solution is I didn't even realise it was a solution to a problem that I wasn't really even aware I had in the first place. If that doesn't make any sense, just stick with me for a little longer. You see, I mentioned that I didn't really feel the vibration. It's only over time I started to feel it more and more. Now, when I first got this, some of you may remember I rode it, you know, like you do when you run them in. You ride it very gently anyway. And then fairly soon into ownership, oh, we're coming up to traffic lights. I'm going to stop because this can be really dull when you sit in a traffic jam. Let me pick this up the other side of the traffic lights. Okay, well, I'm through the lights now. So, where was I? Oh yes, the vibration. So yes, when it was new, I was running it in, playing it quite gently. But I think I did a video on this. Very early on in the ownership of this bike, I started to re-add some of the components that I've had about me. The Aiuchi sat-nav system, the CarPlay for me, Android Auto for others, but you know, the unit on the front. I then added the baggages, the panniers, sorry, and they sit nicely on the back. I've kind of played around with my Q bag and my trip machine bag and kind of changed around with those. I'm on the Q bag at the moment, and then of course I put the air cushion on the saddle. So I did all of that, and it was all very good, and I was quite happy and enjoying it. And then sometime towards the end of last year, I decided that actually I wanted to clean the bike up a bit. I wanted to put it a little bit back to before I did all the extras. So I actually removed the Aiuchi because I just wanted the purist's view of my handlebars and the speedo and the dials and all that. And I had on the back, I had the trip machine back on, the leather, and I removed the air cushion seat cover on my saddle because well, I just wanted to keep the bike as pure as I could. So the only thing really left in terms of extra accessories were just the panniers and the trip machine on the back. Everything else here was completely clear, and I loved it. It looked really good. And I rode it around and I did a few rides, well, lots of rides actually. In fact, I didn't film anything for a while. I haven't done, because I've just enjoyed riding the bike without thinking about making any YouTube videos. And then it was about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago, I don't know why, I had a thought that the more I was going out, the further I was going, I should say, the more I was just using my car phone mount on the handlebars. And it got me thinking that almost every occasion I went out, it's very few times that I left the car mount off. Now, that kind of said to me something which was like, why? Why are you risking your phone and all that vibration and the potential for it to fall off or get stolen, particularly if I'm in cities, which I do go from some time to time. So I kind of had this idea that I know I will put the Aiuchi back on because it saves my phone all that bother, and actually it actually doesn't look that bad. So what I did is I went about playing around with the positioning, and now, I don't know if you remember before, it's more central, so I feel that it's not in the way of my dials. I'm not sure what the view is you can see. I'm going to take a picture and overlay it on the video now so you can see what I see. Basically, I can see the keys, I can see the tripper, I can see the dials, I can see digital, I see everything, all very clearly, all very nice. And that's just there if I need to add a bit of sat-nav. At the moment, it's just a clock, which is kind of nicer to look at. Well, actually I don't look at it at all, but so that was the first thing. And then the second thing I added back on was the air cushion saddle, because for short rides the saddle on this bike is actually great. It's a really comfortable saddle. There's no need for it. And I thought, it just looks a bit ugly, so I took it off. But I decided to put that back on because, again, as I was going further afield, my rear end was complaining a little, remembering the comfort that once existed with the air cushion bag. And then the Tripper bag, although it's very nice with its brown leather and all of that good looking stuff, it's actually quite a pain to get stuff in and out of. The Cube bag, which is a fraction of the cost, has lots more pockets and zips where I can put things far more conveniently, so I decided to put that back on. So yeah, so I kind of like put everything on the bike, took most of it off, and then gradually put it all back on again. But that's the beauty of bikes, isn't it? We tinker and we just keep adjusting. But something happened which I wasn't expecting, and this is where that vibration problem comes in. As I was riding it after adding all this stuff on, I thought to myself, why does it feel so much smoother? What have I done differently? And then I realised the only real problem where you get the vibration is through the saddle. The handlebars are okay. I mean, you get a little bit, not a lot. The feet pegs, not really much. I mean, you know the bike's alive, so that's a good thing. But it's the saddle where I felt nearly all of the vibration. And if anybody has never been out on a classic 650, or even if you have and you're not quite sure, you might think it's speed related. It's actually rev related to the engine. If you sit on the bike at standstill and just rev the engine up, I would tell you what revs are, but I don't know because I don't have a rev counter, then you can actually recreate the vibration quite easily. And this is what I was finding, was the vibration was just not enjoyable. It was taking away the enjoyment. But when I went out with all my new stuff on, oh my goodness, the air cushion, it just absorbs, I'd say 80%. I wouldn't say 100, but I'd say 80% of the vibrations, which makes life so much better. Right, I'm going to get through this traffic and then I'll get back to you when I've got past the roundabout just up ahead. Okay, so that's the roundabout out of the way. So yes, the air cushion just takes away about 80% of all the vibration. Now, obviously it doesn't solve the problem, but I don't feel it anymore. I'm reminded just how comfortable this bike can be. Now the irony is, I didn't just recently buy this £30 air cushion. I bought it, I think about 2022, when I had my Meteor 350. So I've actually used it on the Meteor 350, on the Super Meteor 650, and now on this classic 650. And the only reason I took it off is because I just thought the saddle looked nicer without it on. But dare I say, I don't see much out of my posterior, so I can't actually see it. All I feel right now is super comfort, which is it's very nice of him flashing me. Yeah, which is just amazing. So if you've got a classic 650 and like me you spend most of your time riding it like it's a classic 350 or any J series platform, just enjoying the view, enjoying pottering around, not going too fast, then most of the time it won't be a problem. But when you open it up or hit speeds or hit the motorway or whatever, and you hit that threshold, that vibration kind of rev limit or whatever it's called, which I don't know what it is because I haven't got a rev counter, then this might be the answer for you. And for as simple as £30, I no longer worry about what the saddle looks like. I just enjoy the comfort. And it really is such a difference. But it's not just the vibration that goes, it's more than that. I've actually, when I go long distances, because it's not just a firm saddle and the air pockets move around, you know, I can move around, and it means that no single point kind of creates uncomfortableness on my posterior. It's, yeah, for me it works really well. Now when I got the, how I came about it in the first place, when I got my Meteor 350, I used the normal saddle for a while. And I went up to West London. That was a childhood location, so a bit of a nostalgia ride. And I went to the coast. And on both of those trips, my bottom was, oh, well, it was just painful. But you know, it's like a lot of bikes have that. It's not just that these bikes are bad, it's just that sometimes you just have saddles that are just not great for more than 2 hours or an hour or so without a little break. So I decided to do something about it. Now initially I bought the touring saddle for the Meteor 350, and that did make a difference. It was certainly better because it was a little firmer. It had a little angle at the back that just changed my posture, so I would sit more upright. It wasn't needed to do that. I could have done that on my own, but it just helped remind me when I felt it at the coccyx, at the base of my spine. But so I rode that for a while longer, and it did okay, but it just wasn't enough. So then I bought the air cushion. As I say, it was like $29.99 on Amazon, and I then realised I didn't need the touring saddle after all. I should have just bought this, but I kept the touring saddle on and used this. So now this is what's taken away 80% of the vibration. So when I open up like I am now, and you get that lovely acceleration from the 650 twin, and you get to enjoy it. The bike is a lot more comfortable. Now don't get me wrong, I wish Royal Enfield hadn't made this bike so vibey. The Super Meteor didn't feel like this, and I don't really remember any of the others feeling like this. But if you have it and you love the bike, then that's my recommendation. Don't overinflate it, just a little bit of air, and you'll get to know. If it's too much, you feel like you're sliding off. If it's too little, it makes no difference. So it's just trial and error really. But I think for me, certainly on the Royal Enfields I'm riding at the moment and others like him, I'll just keep this on now. It makes the ride comfortable and takes away the vibration. Now if anybody has actually found what the cause of the vibration is, and I find it's only through the saddle, do let me know. I'm still interested in eliminating it, but for now, no problem. Love this bike. Well, I hope you've enjoyed another little ride with me once again. It's been great to get out on the bike and share a little bit with you with that one little problem that I think I've pretty much resolved. Yes, a little air cushion. I've got no affiliate links or anything. There's a picture, just find something that looks similar, because that's all I did when I tried it. But good luck with your riding. I hope you all ride safe. Take care. Thanks again for joining me today, and hopefully I'll have some more videos in due course. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me, musician on a motorbike.